1212, EJ80 Proof here. I'm out here 42nd Street and 7th Avenue. I decided to bring the show outside, get some fresh air while I was doing it. Today I'm talking about, men get angry at different things, and sometimes things happen to them and they get pissed off about it and they have a hard time transitioning from the incident to the home. Well, I want to talk to you about this dude once he walks in the front door. The first thing is, know when to speak and not to speak. Now, I know a lot of ladies are going to be like, yo, he can't tell me when to talk, when not to talk. I'm a grown woman. I can say what I want to say. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not telling you to sit in the corner and shut up because you don't have the right to say anything. That is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that this man just came home. He walked in the door. He slammed the door shut. He takes his coat and he throws it across the room. He's cursing, he's mumbling, he kicked the table. He's steam coming out of his ears, his eyes are red and fiery and whatnot. This might not be the ideal time to tell him that he forgot to pay for the kid's school uniform. That is something that could wait till later. Because he just came in, he's already displaying that he's on 10 right now. He's just off. Why put something like that on top of 10 to bring him to 11, where all kinds of craziness is going to go on? Let that wait till later. I mean, if you want to be G about it, you pay for the school uniforms. And then don't even bring it up. Just let it go. Maybe later when he sees the kid with the uniform, he'll be like, oh man, I forgot to. And you be like, don't worry about it. I got you. I paid for it. I took care of it. It's all good. That would be so helpful. But I mean, if it's something major, like, okay, he comes in the house and he's all steamy. He's pissed off at the world, but you have an eviction notice in your hand. Well, I'm sorry, brother. I know you're up to here and whatever, but we got to deal with this eviction notice. The family cannot be out in the street. But if it's not something that dramatic or that serious, let that go. Don't bring it to him at that moment. Bring it to him later. Once he calmed down and get most of that negative energy out of him, then you could bring it to him later and be like, oh, honey, or you could just be G about it, pay it yourself, and don't even bring it up at all. Just let that rock, So the second thing is if the man comes home and he's kicking things, he's yelling and screaming and he's cursing, and you ask him, what is wrong? What happened? And he tells you, give me a minute. Don't give him a minute. Give him 10 minutes. Give him 30 minutes. Because when he tells you, give me a minute, what he's actually saying to you is that I am at full capacity. I do not have the ability to take on any other information. Give me time to dump some of this. Then I will have space for whatever it is that's going on here. Or whatever it is you want to talk to me about or whatever. But right now, I am up to here with what just happened at work. The guy cut me off on traffic. I almost crashed the car. The police gave me a ticket. I am just here. Give them time to process all of that. Men do not have the capability of taking on everything at once and then have stuff piled onto that. When we're on 10 is the highest number we can get to without committing crimes. All right. So when we're on 10, don't pile on that. And when he says, give me a minute, all right, fine. Give him a minute. Bring him a beer. Pour him a drink. But don't talk about whatever he's pissed off about. Don't even ask him about it no more. Just try to do what you can to bring him down, okay? Because he's trying to get all of this negative energy out so that way he can get from whatever pissed him off to the fact that he's home with his wife and his family, and that they are not the source of the problem. The third thing is realize that these incidents have nothing to do with you. His anger is not you. He's not pissed off at you. He's pissed off because the boss threatened to fire him over something he did that the boss told him to do. The cops wrote him a ticket because he pulled over because the guy almost crashed him. All these things went wrong today, and he's pissed off at the world. So you walk up, yo, what's the matter with you? Why are you yelling and cursing? And he says, give me a fucking minute. Okay, granted, it's wrong for him to talk to you like that. I'll give you that. But you have to be strong enough not to take that personally. Don't get emotional about that. Don't let that hurt you. Realize that his anger is not about you. He is not pissed off at you. He's pissed off at everything else. He's on 10, nothing. So you're trying to help him and he's rejecting your help. It's not about rejecting you. It's just that at 10, we have no more capacity to process anything, including your love, your support, your good advice, your helpfulness, all of that. We have no room to process that. So it gets thrown out. And it's not you we're throwing out, it's we don't have any more space. That's why we said, give us a minute. Leave us alone. Let us get this stuff out of it. Let me vent this negativity so I can have some space for the move from the incident to my family. Then you could come to me because I have space now. But if you come right now where there's no space, the only thing I have is all this venom that I'm spewing out, has nothing to do with you. Here's the worst part. If you don't take that advice and you push him, or you take it personal, or you let that hurt and you respond to it, who are you cursing at? Well, now the issue is no longer the guy that cut me off in traffic and the cop that gave me a ticket. Now the issue is you. Because when you say, who the hell are you cursing at? I'm fucking cursing at you. And now we're off to the races. I'm going to say some things that just, and then you're going to say some things, and now me and you have a problem when it wasn't our problem to begin with. My problem was that dude that cut me off, the cop, the job. None of that was you. So back off. Don't let it hurt you. Don't get emotionally involved in it. Just take a breath and just move on. Trust me, when he comes down, when he gets all that negativity out, he's going to realize that he shouldn't have said that to you. He shouldn't have talked to you. He's going to come to you. And however way we apologize, and because it's all different in different relationships, we're going to apologize to you. We're going to tell you, I didn't mean that towards you. I was just so mad at what just happened that I just understand. So don't take it personally. Number 4 is venting. It is so important for you to understand that venting is not an opportunity for a conversation. Venting is usually an emotional overload where the person has so much built inside of them that they vomit, they explode with all of everything, with the emotion, with the anger, and all of that. They don't care about your 2 cents. I don't want to hear your advice. Nothing that anybody can say means anything. I just want to get all of this out. It's so important because if I don't get this out, I'm going to kill somebody. So if you're going to be in the room, be in the room and let this man lose it. Let him curse at the TV. Let him say all kinds of things. Just let him get all of that out. And remember, it's not toward you. You have nothing to do with this. Okay? He's just got to get all of this venom out because he's so pissed off at the world right now. So once he gets all of that out, he will come to you. He will explain to you what happened. He will say, I'm sorry that I brought all of this home, but it was just so much. And if he still doesn't want to talk about it, leave it alone. Just let it go. Maybe one day it'll come back around and he will explain or talk about it. But just let it go. It's not worth getting into it, because if you push and you're like, no, okay, now that you did all of that, you're gonna tell me what's happening. It just seems aggressive, and it could push us right back into the mood we were in earlier. So just let it go. Trust me, it's not even worth it. Well, I'm EJ 80 Proof. I'm out.